All right, so let's see. Belinda in Australia, what are your specific thoughts around work, private life balance, i.e., with loved ones, relationships, or navigating priorities to be okay with sometimes needing imbalance? How do you thrive and move forward best?
Ooh, that's a biggie, Belinda. That's a great question. So I'm a huge fan of getting help and asking for help. You know, one of the things I love about this Unstoppable Influence community is we don't have to be alone anymore. Mm-hmm. And we got women cheering each other on. One of the biggest I find, especially with us women, is we tend to take everything on ourselves and we don't ask for help. You know, so I would encourage you, Belinda, I don't know how active you are in this community, but I would share with other women, share with your coach if you're working with a coach on the areas of your life that you are struggling in, the areas of your life that you're noticing you're not as authentic, not as happy in, and be able to get that support. So it's about all of us are in a continued conversation. You know, I used to really struggle in my romantic partnerships like for decades. I'll be sharing a little bit more of my story tomorrow. Now I don't. I climbed that mountain. And like my mom said, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. Now I'm on a different mountain. And so now I'm in a different conversation with the people in my life, with my coach, with my therapist, with my friends. So I encourage you to stay in the conversation and make sure that you're getting feedback from people who love and care about you.
I love it. That's good. That's good. And you know, when it comes to a work-life balance, you know, I don't believe that it's ever going to be perfectly imbalanced. Perfectly balanced. Like, yeah. I just don't. That's why I hate the stupid life wheel. I'm sorry. Like, I really do.
Thank you. Woo-woo. I agree. I'm a coach and I agree with you on that. Yes.
So, you know, I hate to, I feel like I say the same thing over and over again, but I guess it's just truth is truth is truth. There are seasons, Belinda. There are seasons. There are times, especially in work.
Yeah.
There are sprint times and then there's throttle off. Like, I will tell you right now, I have been hardcore with this event and the retreat. We just came off of the retreat, and I told our amazing nanny who has seen me like work like just crazy hours, and our children, you know, I said, look, as soon as I'm done with this event, y'all have got so much mommy that you're going to be like, go away, like go back to work, like just please, right? And so I always make sure that I let the people around me know, like, this is a sprint, this isn't permanent, so that way they feel like they're not being cast aside. Because if you knew that all you needed to do was like a 1-week sprint or a 2-week sprint, like, they're going to give you that space to do what you need to do, knowing that it's coming to an end. But the problems, the wheels start to fall off when it's one after another, after another, after another, after another. And then they start to feel cast aside. So I think that thinking of it in seasons and sprints when it relates to work as it relates to being with your family, that's one thing. The other thing is making sure that when you are with your family, you are in relationships with those people, you give them your time and your attention. You give them the gift of your attention, right? As opposed to like you're working on one hand while you're trying to talk to them, because then they feel discounted. They feel like they're being cast aside. So when you're all into work, be all in. When you're with your family, be all in with your family. When you are with your friends, be all in with your friends. And when you give them the gift of your attention, that's going to be, they're going to have their buckets filled. They're going to feel great about it. And it's going to free you up to go and do the other stuff that you need to do in those times. So that's my take on.
I love it.
On business, on the work-life balance.